Hi, my name is Sharonda Lewis, and today I'm going to talk to you about my natural hair journey. In 2012, I married my husband, and married into this family, I immediately realized that the closest women to him in the family were all natural. And you may say, what do you mean natural? What I mean by natural is that they wore their natural hair texture. They did not put any type of chemical products into their hair, and they did not wear their hair straightened by any process such as flat ironing, hot combs or straightening combs, no chemical relaxation. So it was very eye-opening for me because I had been doing all of this all of my life. So in 2012, this is what I looked like. I wore long, black, relaxed hair. I wore my hair shoulder length. I always kept it jet black. Even as time started to show, I made sure that I added a little black into my hair by coloring it to do away with those gray lines. So my husband suggested, why don't you go natural? And although I had seen many people around me who were natural, who wore their natural texture, I did not have a clear understanding of the number one reason of why. Why would you change your texture, or why would you revert your texture back to natural? I can remember being a kid and being natural and very tender-headed and did not like getting my hair combed, putting pigtails, putting one ponytail. I did not want my mom to touch my hair because I was very what they call tender-headed, and it hurt. So from being very young, I can remember when I got my first relaxer on my hair. My mother did it for two reasons. She did it so that she wouldn't have to kill me because I would run, I would cry, and I would beg and plead not to get my hair combed. And then she did it also so that it would be easier on me, less trauma, less stress, and so that my hair would continue to grow and flourish. So to revert back from, a chemically relaxed texture back to my natural texture was kind of difficult for me to understand. In talking with my husband's mother and his daughter, and his sister-in-law, when we got married, I asked them what prompted the three of them to go natural. I also asked other ladies who were in my church and my community what was their reason for going natural. And they all pretty much had the same thing to say. They found health benefits in it. It freed them to be who they wanted to be. So I asked them for a list of pros and cons on being natural. I got very few cons and a lot of pros. You know, it's easy to maintain. It is, you can do a lot more with your natural state of hair than you can with chemically relaxed hair. And I was also having some issues with my hair at the time. When I would get it chemically relaxed, I would get what they call scalp burns. And scalp burns are these lesions almost that form on your scalp after you get a chemical relaxer. And they can, each person they do differently, but it comes from leaving a lye or no lye chemical on your scalp for a long period of time. For anyone who knows about chemically relaxing the hair, you have to put a product on your hair that is called a relaxer, and it's a straightening chemical that straightens out the hair itself. Sodium hydroxide is the name of the product. but it's extremely corrosive. It's like acid on the skin, but it will straighten your hair. And the intent of applying that to your hair is to not leave it on for longer than 20 minutes. Anything longer than that could cause burning. And this is what was happening to me. So when I would get my hair chemically relaxed, I would develop these sores or scabs in my hair because of the burning to the scalp. They would last anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. I'd have to let them heal. You'd have to put product on them so that they would heal. And I was finding myself having these more and more often. Not necessarily because the product that I was using was doing it or I was having to leave the product on my hair longer. I think it was more as my body was rejecting the chemical itself, because I can recall putting the perm on immediately. The hairstylist, I was telling her my scalp is burning. So we would have to immediately wash it off and I would end up with these burns. So in looking at that health benefit, I thought that going natural would be a pro. So in talking with these different women and hearing their stories and what being natural has done for them, there's a couple of different processes that you can take to go natural. Some women just wear their chemically relaxed hair. They don't get what we call a retouch. They let that chemical grow off of their hair and it grows off, and it could take a couple of years for all of the chemical to grow off. And then they proceed with going natural. Some women, like myself, we do what's called the big chop. And here's a picture of me, disregard my daughter back there, with the big chop. So as you can see, I went from long hair to teeny tiny hair. But all this is natural hair. There was no chemical on this hair. So I went to what we call a small fro. Thankfully, my parents, the genes that I have in my family, my hair the texture of my hair was very nice. So I had a lot of curl pattern in my hair, and my hair was very soft. And so doing the big chop was not strenuous for me. As Black women, or as African American women and men, we all have different types of textures of hair. We have different growth patterns. We have different curl patterns. So as you study more, if that's what you wanted to do, on natural hair or hair in itself, you will see that no one person has the same type of hair chemistry. So I did the big chop. The big chop made me feel free. It made me love myself more. It accentuated some of my features. It made me want to buy glasses that were really, really cute and fashion forward, because now my face was more of the vocal point versus my hair. So I had to buy lots of bling earrings and things like that, because now I have this short hair, and taking care of this type of hair, you would think that it would be less expensive than chemically relaxed hair. When your hair is chemically relaxed, you're spending about $45 to $60 every 2 weeks going to the hair salon to get your hair done. Natural hair, you can make your own products, which include a lot of natural oils and butters, shea butters, raw butters, with scents like peppermint or lavender. And you could put those items, because they're natural, that you could put those on your hair. As a naturalist or a person who's natural, I spend $15 to $20 maybe a month on my hair. Time, I still spend about the same amount of time, because being natural does cause you to still spend time with your hair, because you want to take care of your hair. In order for it to grow, you have to wash it, condition it, take care of it. So being natural is a journey. It's something that happens over time. It's not immediate. And here's my journey to natural hair. I started with my big chop. My hair grew out here, It's about neck length. Here's where I colored my hair, decided to go for color. And then here's where my hair started growing out longer and I started wearing it more straight. So it is a journey. It's not something that happens immediately, but the overall impact of me being natural and going natural, I ultimately love. It gives me freedom. Even in corporate America, I'm able to do what I need to present a professional look. I can also go out and with my husband on dates and I can get as funky and as wild as I want to with my hair. I remember being in JCPenney's one day and this little girl was with her mom and she goes, "Mom, look at her hair." I had my hair in Bantu knots, which are just your hair twisted up and knotted. And I just wore my hair like that. And I loved it. And I laughed at her. And I said, "You like my hair? It's kind of funky, isn't it?" And she said, "Yeah." So it's an experience. And I plan on rocking this journey for a long time. So thank you for hearing about my journey to natural hair.